My name is Robert. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, guys. Also, if you need help with any type of residential financing, that's for your primary residence, a second home, maybe even an investment property, I'm your guy. I've been a lender for over 20 years now. That information is pinned in the comment and the description below. Now let's get into the video.
I've been sharing my house hunting journey with my husband for a few months now on social media, and we're getting to that point where a lot of the offers we have put in on houses that have been declined are now closing. And seeing what these houses are selling for makes me sick to my stomach. There was one case where a realtor actually gave us insight that one of the houses we wanted really bad, I think it would probably still be our number one house, had offers for over $100,000 over asking. And my question is, who the hell has that kind of money in their bank account? And I know the obvious answer is, well, people are probably not first-time home buyers. They probably have equity in their house, and then they're applying it to their next house. Even if I had 100 grand sitting in my bank account, I would never want to overpay for a house by that much money. I understand that the market ebbs and flows, and this is what supply and demand does. But every offer that we get beat out by, I'm just like, how are there this many people with this much money?
Again, guys, don't assume everyone is in your situation. And I'll tell you, I've seen younger people that have a lot of money. I've seen older people, obviously, that have money. Don't assume that just because you're older, you have money, because that's not the case either. There's a lot of situations that have nothing to do with BlackRock or institutional investors. You have a lot of mom and pops that have rental properties. People have money. That's what my point is. And you have to understand that when you are in the market to buy and going shopping. Secondly, there has been a injustice done for most people in that there's a narrative that home prices are too high and I'm going to offer what I think the house should sell for. I don't know why you have a realtor. If that realtor is doing their job, they're able to let you see what the sales are, not the listing prices. Sellers get caught up in this, right? Well, these houses are listed for that. You can list the house for whatever you want to. What have the actual sales been in the most recent 3 months? You maybe go out 6 months, depending on the market, if you have more inventory. So you got to start looking at the data and not the narrative online, because as I stated, the business model for most doom and gloomers online is for you to watch and feed into what you want to be true. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. That's why we have to look at the numbers. So you can offer what you want to offer, but in this case, you see that whatever market they're looking to buy in, it's not working because people are overpaying for what the listing is. And that's a strategy. In certain markets, great realtors will understand, hey, let me list this house lower because I know it's going to garner a lot of attention, i.e. competition, and we can get that price up over where it needs to be. And if it's in the right location and in the right market, people will pay for it. They'll pay over. They'll waive appraisal contingencies. They won't have any appraisal gap verbiage. They won't have any inspections. That's what they choose to do. So you have to understand these things and lean on your professional. Hopefully they're educating you this way. And even with all that said, you're going to probably want to go out and, hey, I want to offer here. Well, understand you might be looking for a house for 2 years. You see? And so that's my point. Just because you want it to be a way doesn't mean that that's how it's going, and move forward accordingly. Let's continue.
Have I just been living under a rock? Because apparently there's a lot of wealthy people in this world, and I just don't understand. And if I don't laugh about it, I will cry, because I think we've now put in probably 8 offers, and I know lots of people are sending me their stories. They put in 20, 30 offers, and then they get their dream house. I get it. That only helps me feel better to a certain extent, because it makes me sick to my stomach. The whole thing makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. And I'm very blessed, and I'm very grateful for what I do have. But I just want a freaking house. I just want a house. I just want a house.
You know what? I appreciate her honesty and acknowledging that she knows that she's blessed. And again, not getting down on her or you or any of us. I get it. You just want a house. But here's the deal. And I'm going to wrap up by saying this. If you've been out and you've submitted 8 offers, then something's wrong with your offer. You got to sit down with your fiance, your husband, your wife, your partner, and you got to say, okay, what are we doing wrong? Because in those 8 offers, there's a common theme. And I don't know this particular situation, the full context, but just for what she stated earlier, you're offering lower than the market where you're trying to buy in is accepting. So maybe you need to move to a different market. And that's where a lot of us have problems. I did a video the other day saying renters are entitled, because I hear this narrative that I want to live in a certain area and you need to lower the rent or the qualifications so that I can meet that expectation. And it just doesn't work like that. Same thing when you're buying. And so you have to go where you can afford, where your money meets the requirements. And that's the truth of the matter. So hopefully this video helped you out. If you're getting ready to get into the process of buying a home, we like to bring real life examples like this to help you in your education so that when it's your time, you can hopefully overcome some of these things, or at best understand. Because when you're buying, you can get it all right. At the end of the day, it's about who you are and how you handle the unknown and uncertainty. And it could be stressful, okay, until you get those keys. I'm just here to let you know that when you do educate yourself and understand a lot of these things, it helps the process, but it is a process. If you're ready to take the next step and find out where you are as it pertains to your readiness to achieve your goal of home ownership, I would love to have a conversation with you. Why? I'm a lender. My NMLS license number is 180100, and my contact information is pinned in the top comment and in the description of this video. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound. Watch these next 2 videos here. They'll help you in your education as you prepare to become a homeowner and achieve your goals. And for the rest of you, indeed, y'all stay blessed.